So I've been documenting every day, building a company for the past year and a bit. I've been building this company for 3 years, so I haven't documented since all the way at the start. But today I'm just going to do a little update on kind of what's going on, and it's a Sunday evening. It's about 12, almost 11:30 maybe. I did a bit of work today. It was a really slow Sunday, to be honest. I just basically got on with a lot of life admin things. I sorted out a couple bookings, sorted out some tax things, sorted out fiscal residency things, just sorting out logistics like food stuff. Something that nobody really ever speaks about, and I found myself kind of like thinking about weirdly, was just like, I feel like life of itself is a project to manage on its own. You know, everybody talks about like working and all this time, but to also live a life that like, you know, I like to take care of myself and things like that, in terms of like I don't want to be eating fast food all the time. I don't want to be eating out all the time and not having any idea what's going on in terms of my macros and things like that. I want to have the gym as well. I try to dress like, you know, decent, just, and not ugly basically, and just taking care of all this stuff. It really does pile up. It does accumulate, you know. And I have systems for a lot of this stuff, but sometimes those systems don't work perfectly. It takes up a fair amount of mental bandwidth. So I try and bundle that in all into the weekend, so the week is fully focused on work. But yeah, so, you know, that's what I was doing with my Sunday. I did some work as well, just got some bits and bobs done. I did a little bit of review for a team thing. That was it. Talked with a client for a bit. Also, I'm gonna try and use this camera a little bit more to actually document what's going on. Like, I don't really like filming in public. I really don't enjoy that. And I also don't want to get big fancy camera equipment, because that is expensive to keep carrying around and whatever. And it just doesn't make sense, you know, like, even like I actually was almost going to buy it. And I decided to buy an iPhone 16 Pro instead, because I record so much. I need things to be really easy. I've tried to record a little bit while I'm out, but I you know, I don't enjoy it and it feels a bit awkward. But I thought I'd give this one a try, you know, because this was a little present that was given to me, and I really enjoyed it. And I like the aesthetic, and I feel like it would be pretty cool to capture like little snippets and tidbits from the day, rather than like trying to properly film and whatever. I would say it has more personality to it, and I'll see, you know, how it goes. But I think part of the reason I want to do this is because, like, to be honest, a big thing about this channel is really documenting the journey. Like, I produce stuff on LinkedIn that is to generate leads. I'm going to be producing more stuff that is specifically geared toward the business, but this has also just become a personal project of wanting to document more around what it's actually like. But I realize that, you know, being a creator or whatever, that's not my full-time job. And so for me to spend all day, every day, thinking about how I'm going to set up the next shot is not realistic. I don't have a videographer, nor do I have the budget. Like, it's just, I'm focused on the company. I'm not going to put budget toward a full-time videographer following me around. But the downside of that means that a lot of these are kind of small updates are just me talking at my desk, which is fine, but I would love to show people more of what it's like, actually, like, kind of where, you know, where I go. And it's hard because sometimes I go to places that don't allow filming. I don't know if it's don't allow, but it's just like not very nicely looked upon. But yeah, I want to try and capture more of the actual feel of how it is to go, because I think that feeling is something that I want to be able to capture that and put it into a bottle and come back to it in 20 years time. There's this thing that I think anybody who's done something will usually say it, but it's like they would give all of their wealth to go back to being 20 years old and, you know, have nothing again, because it's just like you have that age and whatever. And I think that's the beauty of documenting if you do it right. But documenting is not easy. The real thing is, like, it takes effort to try and convey the energy that I feel on a daily basis. Because, man, sometimes I film these videos and I'm tired. Like, it's the end of the day. Days have ups and downs, and sometimes I feel energetic. Other times I have a shitty day. And I try and convey that. But to really be able to bundle that up, I think it takes the right music. It takes the right pace. It takes, like, that's really an art form. And I don't have time to dedicate myself to it totally, but I am trying to do what I can to still document as much as possible. And I think this might be a good idea. We'll see how it goes. But it would be really cool to be able to kind of document a little bit more of just going around, taking probably like POV shots. Like, you know, I can't do that much that's fancy with this, but I don't want to get too fancy because it's just going to become a pain for me to upkeep. And if I can't upkeep it, it's going to lead to me losing the habit. And so, like, I don't want to create too much friction. So I'm very cautious about that. But it'll be really cool if I'm able to do a little bit more of just real-time capturing, going around, like being on the tube, being whatever, all those things. It's cool. Anyway, I'm going to head to sleep. Comment any questions. I reply to as many as possible. And right now, I'm very much in a season of executing on things, basically we're trying new things. And that means that, honestly, I think the videos haven't been amazing, but one step at a time. And hopefully all this doing of stuff will give me more interesting things to talk about in about a month. So That's the idea. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that.